packed up my Beltane Zinfandel and fresh produce and head to our final wine stop. In addition to growing fantastic Zinfandel, Cabernet, and Italian varietals, the Dry Creek Valley has the ability to source grapes from neighboring AVAs, which provides winemakers with a huge metaphorical spice cabinet to craft their wines. Oh yeah, and Ferrari-Carano's estate? Not too shabby.
A penthouse with no bills to pay. Life on the drag ain't always.
So we started in 1985, and it was a passion for Don and Rhonda. They own casinos and hotels in Reno, Nevada, and they came down to Sonoma County to go wine tasting and fell in love with Sonoma County, and it kind of reminded them of Italy, and Genoa is where Don's family is from.
And how did you get started in wine?
I started, I was a biology major out of Sonoma State, and I worked at the Pacific States Marine Fisheries Commission, but I'd have to cut fish all day. So I would come home crying, finding scales in my hair and smelling like fish, and I couldn't do it another day. So I quit. I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I opened the newspaper and I saw Ferrari-Carno was hiring. But I realized wine is really biology. It's the yeast converting sugar to alcohol, and it's the bacteria converting malic to lactic. I've never looked back. It's been 24 years I've been doing this.
We're here in Dry Creek, but you guys have some property here, and you also have some other property in some other AVAs, right?
So we have 24 ranches. We have Russian River, Dry Creek, Alexander Valley is the core of our vineyard sites.
So this one says Sonoma County on it. So we saw this one has a source of grapes from a couple different places within the county.
Yeah, this is our Fumé Blanc. It's mainly Alexander Valley, Dry Creek, and Russian River.
Yeah, let's try some.
It's Fumé Blanc, but it's 100% Sauvignon Blanc. I know people get confused if it's two different varietals. We tend to make a Sauvignon Blanc that is more of a tropical style. We want the passion fruit, we want the guava, we want the peaches.
Oh yeah, beautiful nose, and you definitely get a little bit of that smokiness you're talking about.
I get more of sometimes a vanilla, like a creaminess, a roundness on the palate.
Very lush, just what you said.
Pineapple and peaches.
Yep.
It's like a gateway in between a Sauvignon Blanc and a Chardonnay.
All right, now we have the cab.
The fruit sourcing for this wine comes from 2 mountain ranches in Alexander Valley. And the barrel program on the Cabernet is about 40% new French oak. And we do have caves, so it goes into caves, and we barrel age it for about 16 months.
Yeah, love that. Love that. And beautiful dark fruit character that doesn't come off as overly, jammy or fruity. It's really just ripe. It feels like ripe fruit.
Pomegranate and some plum character.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah, plummy for sure. I mean, the oak presence is really nice too. A little bit of that spice box thing going on. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. This is a treat. These are all incredible.
Thank you.
I think we're gonna go out now and look at some olive oil and check out the trees.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
All right, thank you for having me.
What is your official title? Because I just keep calling you olive oil lady, and that's not right.
My official title is Grower Relations Manager. Generally speaking, what I do is I help the winery source grapes for our wines. Because I knew something about growing olive trees, when I got here in 2012, the olive oil, they said, you know how to grow trees, here you go. For Ferrari-Carano, we have 800 trees.
Are olives a fruit?
They are a fruit.
Okay.
The pits are in the center.
So if I try this now, it's just going to be gross, right?
Yes.
All right. I know I'm not supposed to eat it, but I have to try it.
You got to try it. I promised you. Oh, you're really trying it.
It is so bitter.
It is so bitter.
It is so bitter. It may be the most bitter thing I've ever tasted.
Exactly.
But what is it going to taste like when it's developed? Like just
still totally gross.
Still totally gross.
Totally gross.
So how do I get the olives that I can eat?
Black, you have to cure them.
Okay.
You can salt cure them. The old way of doing it is curing them in lye, or you can make oil out of them.
So we have now these very bitter, unedible olives.
Correct. We truck them up to a mill that we've been using a long time in Hopland. So the olives get there, they get dumped into a little hopper. They go up a little conveyor and they're washed.
Okay.
So the olives are crushed either on the stone mill or they're crushed through the hammer blade mill, and they make a paste.
Pits and all.
Pits and all. Everything is together. It goes into a machine called a malixer, and what that means is it's mixing. And what you're waiting for is you're waiting to see a sheen on it, and that's when the oil has separated from the paste. Then you put it into centrifuge, and then the centrifuge spins it, and then it goes into a drum where you let your oil settle, but then you're good to go. We are tasting in official tasting glasses.
Look at these.
They are colored blue. In its tradition, because you don't ever judge an olive oil based on its color. You hold it in the palm of your hand, and while you're doing this is you're trying to get the oil to warm up a little bit. And you'll swirl it around. Put your hand on top of it and you swirl it around a little bit because you're releasing the volatiles.
Like this ritual.
Yeah, you're
Very much
releasing
like
the
wine.
volatiles. And then you'll put your nose in, kind of get an idea if it's grassier, if it's tropical, or if it's got more ripe fruit character, green apple. Put a little bit in your mouth. You're gonna hold it in your mouth, and then you're gonna breathe air over the top of your tongue. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna tell you how bitter the oil is. So you're looking for a couple of things. You're looking for fruitiness. You're looking for that to be balanced with bitterness and balanced with pungency. Pungency is what makes you cough.
Okay, so it starts soft, and then you start to get a little of that bitter, and then you get that spicy as it goes down.
Right. Are you feeling the need to clear your throat at all? Generally speaking, if you speak to old Italians who've done this, for centuries, you need a 3-cough oil. A 3-cough oil is a really good oil.
Also, coughing's a good thing.
Coughing's a good thing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no
This is so cool.
We threw our olive oil and wine in our bag and went back to Healdsburg. It was time to eat.
If you'd like the wines from this episode and more, head to viasforvino.com and join the Vias for Vino Wine Club. We'll ship these wines right to your door so you can drink right along with us.